And I'm following the truth for myself because I am diabetic.
Got some fair trade bananas from the Whole Foods. Check out the local farmers market. Let's see what we got. Bit of good fuel in the car, bit of good fuel in the body. That's how it works. That's how it works. So I've got a question here. Turn this up a bit. Oh, there's too much muscle. Distract everyone with the muscle. Seriously though. So I've got a question. I had some watermelon here. I've got a bucket of blueberries to follow that with. Tim Noakes. Well, it's breakfast. It's about 800 calorie breakfast. I'll have more bananas afterwards. Tim Noakes says that fruit gives diabetes. Tim Noakes! Someone asked another question. Why does Tim Noakes now have diabetes? They watched this video. Check this out. Tim Noakes gave himself diabetes type 2.
And by the way, diabetes increases your risk of heart disease higher than anything that we know about. And I'm following the truth for myself because I am diabetic.
When you say there's nothing bigger in the world than diabetes,
I mean the financial implications, the costs involved are so great. And it's a completely preventable disease.
Bigger than AIDS, bigger than malaria, bigger than cancer.
It dwarfs all of them. That's because it is the single one that is going to cost so much for us and really threatens Western civilization. So I don't know what happens when you bankrupt the United States of America, which is going to happen within 10 years. I don't know what the implications are for the future of the world. I don't know what the implications are for every country, and this country too will run out of money for its medical services before 2026. What do you do then when we have to restrict access to medicine profoundly because we just simply can't treat all these obese diabetics? I went and bought their book, and an hour later I said, that's it, I've eaten my last carbohydrate.
The definitive list.
Yeah, the definitive list. If you eat that green list, you will not be obese, you will not be diabetic, and you will be in perfect metabolic balance. You will not be diabetic because I am diabetic.
So Tim Noakes, sugary. Tim Noakes says don't eat watermelon because watermelon causes obesity. You can see all that fat dripping off my arm there. Just dripping off. I've got nothing personal against Tim Noakes. He is a famous author in the running scene. Has no fucking idea about nutrition in 2015. Not a fucking clue. Don't hate him. Don't think he's a bad person. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, man. He's like smoking crack or something. He says carbohydrates make people slower and fatter. Cars make you fat.
No, it wasn't difficult for me to say I'm wrong. That's easy. What
happens all the time.
Yeah.
Tim, I will give you the money personally. You live in South Africa. I'll fly you to Kenya, to Eldoret, where the Kenyans train. What do the Kenyans live on? Ugali. Ugali, man. What is ugali? It's corn. It's maize. Maize flour. And polenta is corn flour.
There's something extraordinary about Kenya and the Olympic Games. Athletes from just the Rift Valley have won more medals in the last 50 years than any other country in the middle and long distances. And that's almost impossible to get your head around. So let's find out just how they do it. The Kenyan diet in this part of the Rift Valley is very rich in carbohydrates and very low in fat, and very rich in carbohydrates and very low in fat. And really they feel that the secret weapon is this. It's ugali. It's just very simple, maize and water. And it's a staple here. Runners love it, often even in the evening. And running legend has it that it's so popular and so effective that one coach in Europe shipped this all the way to his runners to improve their times.
Tim, you need to read a book by Neil Bernard. Clinically proven reverse. Tim Noakes. Share this message to Tim Noakes. He needs to reverse his diabetes. Otherwise, he's going to become a burden on the South African healthcare scheme because insulin's expensive for the diabetes complications. Tim needs to read this book by Dr. Neil Bernard. And if you always like flick the bag, look how lean Bernard is. He's lean. Lean gains. Lean. Dr. Neil Bernard, man, clinically reversing diabetes on a high carbohydrate diet. Pasta, rice, beans, fruits, potatoes, baked goods, starches, grains. Alright? But Tim Noakes gave himself diabetes. So So if you're a runner watching this, you want to run fucking fast relative to your potential, then eat what the Kenyans and the Ethiopians eat. Teh. It's like a wheat derivative, grains, bananas. Uganda, highest banana consumption on the planet. Some of the fastest runners on the planet. Lean. Long term. Tim Noakes admits he has to calorie restrict. So Tim Noakes calorie restricts and he's giving himself type 2 diabetes. That's not life quality to me. For me, it's all about life quality. I want to be healthy when I'm older. I want to be healthy now. I might be dead tomorrow. I want to feel good now. I don't have to calorie restrict. I don't have to be in ketosis. Being in ketosis sucks.
And the key is you have to eat. Look at eggs and offal. Offal is the healthiest foods you can eat.
Offal as in everything.
Yeah, everything
from the
in the
animal.
gut of the animal.
I want to be lean, carved up, enjoying my life every day. I want a greater participation in my daily reality. That's why I carb the fuck up. Tim, carb the fuck up, buddy.
You should be eating livers and the pancreas and the intestine.
And how do you intend serving that up?
And I'm following the truth for myself because I am diabetic.